In this video, we're going to show you all the secrets of how to build a substantial property portfolio. Hi, I'm Nick Claydon.
And I'm Rick Blaney, and we're both active property investors in today's market.
We're also mentors and trainers for Property Wealth System. Property Wealth System is a collective of active investors out there in the marketplace. We have a proven system that we can teach you to create financial security and long-term wealth and income generation through property investing.
I actually bought my first investment property over 20 years ago, but I've been working as a professional investor for now over 6 years. I've really scaled up my business by using multiple investment strategies in property. That's from basic buy-to-lets to multi-lets to licensed HMOs to small development, and then scaling up to do commercial to residential conversions and even a hotel.
I started my property career 18 years ago with a very simple buy-to-let property. In the last 10 years, I've really scaled things up by moving into more higher cash flowing property strategies such as student HMOs, commercial property, hotels and serviced accommodation. In this video, we're going to share with you the secrets of how to build a substantial property portfolio.
Before we get started today, really important,
like,
subscribe
and hit the notification bell. Most people know only one way to buy a property: save up a deposit, buy a house, get it rented out, and then they generally have to wait until they can save up for another deposit. Now, this is a slow process and can take years to build a significant portfolio. What we're going to teach you is how to do that much quicker.
The key to being successful in property is, first of all, finding something that you can realise value in. We have to create value. Look around our portfolios, you won't see any new builds, bought off plan, something that's brand new and already done. We have to find that value to create an opportunity and an investment strategy.
This was actually the mistake that I made all those years ago as an amateur investor when I bought my first property. Now, I thought I was doing the right thing by buying something that has just been newly completed. They handed the keys over, it was brand new. Now, although the property rented well, I realised that my money was all stuck in that property. I couldn't refinance it out because the property was at its peak value. There was nowhere for me to go. I had to rely on the market doing that for me. And this was just before a large recession hit. So my money was tied up. I couldn't get it out. I couldn't expand.
This means you're stuck with something that's not really an asset. All your money's locked into something you can't refinance. The key to being successful as a professional property investor is adding value. We're always buying properties where there is distress. There is something that can have value added to it.
So one of the simplest ways of creating value in a deal is by choosing properties that need a little bit of TLC. So perhaps something that you go into, it's a bit smelly, it's a bit tired, hasn't been renovated in decades. That's exactly what we're looking for, because this enables us to buy below market value, add value by renovating. Then we can push up that end value, and that allows us to recycle money out by refinancing. Then we can let the property out, safe in the knowledge, all our funds are back out, ready to do the next one, and we've got an asset that's going to pay us for life.
The key to doing deals like this is locking in the value when you negotiate at the start. So when you walk into it, you should see the opportunities, see the places and ways that you can add value by renovating. So don't be scared to go into those properties that may look a little bit tired, they may smell a little bit damp, and they do have building defects. That's exactly the sort of properties that we need to find to create value.
Now, that might scare some of you, and you might be thinking, well, how do I renovate a property? But this is exactly something that we can teach you. This is how we can compete against non-educated investors out there in the market, the amateurs. The amateurs want to buy stuff already done. It's the professionals that are going to go and buy something that needs that TLC and create that value.
And once we've done it once, we can then repeat.
So this strategy we refer to as the BRRRR, the buy, renovate, rent out, refinance, and repeat.
You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Once you've done something well, do it again and look to repeat the process. And that is key to how you can build a significant property portfolio quickly and securely in today's market.
So don't get stuck on your first buy-to-let and leave your money tied up for several years before you can do another one. So let's take an example. If you're looking at a property, let's say it's a nice, smelly, distressed property that's, say, on the market for £80,000. Other properties in the area are selling up at £100,000 in good condition. What we can then do as investors is work those numbers backwards to establish what can you pay for the property if you want to recycle your money back out of that deal. So in this particular example, I'll be looking at a done up value of 100,000. I'll be looking to start with the end in mind. And the end of this process is the refinance process. I'll be looking to get a 75% loan to value mortgage against the done up value of 100. So that gives me £75,000 in remortgage funds. Now those funds then need to pay me back for buying that deal. So let's say I've spent £15,000 renovating. So that means I've got £60,000 left to spend on the property, and that is going to be my offer price. So if I buy for 60, spend 15, get a value up at 100, I can refinance at £75,000, 75%, and I get all my money back out of that deal.
This is the mindset of working as a professional property investor. We've got a clear system, we've got a clear strategy, and we're locking in our value at the beginning of the deal. The second step to operating as a professional property investor is making sure there's a market for what you're developing. We need to make sure that there is demand in the area and that property is going to let.
And in this way, we can have our funds back into our bank account and an asset that's going to pay us for life.
The next step is repeating the process. Having got that money out of the deal, we go and look to repeat.
Now, this is just one way in which you can add value to a property deal. We have lots and lots of different ways of creating value in deals, and you're going to find a lot of that information on the videos on this channel.
So what would you like to learn about property? Is there something you're struggling with in your own property portfolio at the moment? Comment below and that'll give us some great ideas for some future videos. To stay up to date with the latest videos, simply
like,
subscribe,
and hit the notification bell.
So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm Rick Blaney.
I'm Nick Claydon, and we'll see you on the next video.